Good morning, everybody. We're here at the RV camp in the Catskills, and I'm going to do some yard work, I suppose you call it. I have to do some clearing. You're presently looking down what's going to be our driveway going to the new RV site by the pond. Follow me along, basically straight down this way towards the sun. It's all nice and flat. We just have to get all of this tree debris out of here. It looks like this was a road at one time, probably when they logged it. And then we're going to be veering to the left, taking out all this little stuff, leaving the big ones. I don't want to take out any large trees if I don't have to. So all this little stuff will become my firewood pile. Now we got to turn left again here, and here's probably the thickest part of the bunch right in here, but it's mostly just small underbrush. And straight ahead of us about 20 feet is the RV site. So that's the project for today. It's going to be a car trail, a driveway, linking up my driveway where the trailer is with the new RV site at the pond. So that's going to be the project for the day. Me, my hand loppers, my axe, my saw. We'll be collecting firewood as well, which we need coming into autumn. Going to be needing fuel. All this stuff on the ground is fuel. I'll just have to stack it up. Some of the more rotten stuff we'll pile up in the low area so it becomes soil eventually. You start leveling everything out, you put the debris in the low spots, let it decay, and it flattens things out eventually. When I first got here, the driveway that we walked down on was just like this. Looked exactly like this. And this is exactly what I had to do. You have to cut out the wood, but you can really see that this is leveled already. There was probably a tracked bulldozer, came right down here, and they cut everything out of here except for these. These must have been saplings back in the early 80s. Takes a long time to grow these old ones, you know. They'll be here quite some time. They're going to give me afternoon shade. But a lot of this smaller underbrush is going to come out, and then that'll eventually, I can get this to be more like a lawn. Diverse lawn. I'm not going to try to make it look like a golf course or anything, but you know, just something that's mowable, usable. It's a good little project. I guess let's start with the biggest obstruction. This guy right here. It's live, believe it or not. It's detached from the stump, but it's still growing green. Shows you how strong nature is. I think we need our saw for this one. We're going to be using the hand loppers, and I have a bow saw, nice new blades. It's a beautiful morning. Oh, let's call it. It was actually a bit chilly overnight, so it was probably in the 40s. Right now it might be in the mid 60s. I'm warming up already just walking around. I just woke up about an hour or two ago. Let's see, it is just past 9 o'clock. Ready to start the day. The morning goes fast here. I had a cup and watched the sun come up over the hill. A fine way to start the morning. I got this big stumper right here. We'll come back with the chainsaw for that one. Lots of good firewood. Whew. Warming right up. Okay, that's stage one. We're broken through the brush. Once I get some of this decayed wood out of here, but I'm gonna let it dry for a while first. We'll just keep moving down and keep clearing to the same level. But once this is all removed, I should have no problem leveling this out. I'll most likely have to bring in some stone from the creek to solidify things, but It shouldn't take too much. I have a funny feeling this is already compacted and, you know, well worn underneath all of this debris. And it's beautiful material. You know, it's been composting for a decade, maybe more. Some of this is what I cleared from the driveway and all here. This is, again, all that you're looking at in front of you when I walked onto this property for the first time looked thicker than this, a lot thicker than this. It was you know, very, very thick. What I did was I just started building small camps down the driveway as I would clear behind myself. So yeah, so some of this debris is from when I cleared this area here. You toss it off to the side, which is exactly what I'm doing. Generally you want to toss it to the low spots. If you have a nice low spot, which I do right there, it dips down. So that will continue to decay if I don't burn it. And it will become, you know, a little more level over time. I'm not trying to make this a parking lot, just level it out, make it easier to mow possibly down the line. And this is going to be the drive. So I moved camera angles. I'm shooting on the tripod as usual with the GoPro 5 non-stabilized, 4K 30 frames per second on wide. This should be a bit backlit. On my head, I'm wearing the GoPro 7 Black as an audio device, as well as some good B-roll. All right, back to work. Enough of this lollygagging. Okay, what's next? Let's get this guy out of the way, huh? Starting to look like a driveway. What do we got here? Big old chunk of rock. That's gonna be fun. Someone's living in there. I need tools for this. For real. Okay, it's break time. We'll be back. Thank you for pushing on that button today, my friends. I appreciate you watching. For those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. If you're not, please feel free to hit the button in the corner. If you like content, if you'd like to see some more, give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. We'll be back right after this important message. Yeah, this is going to be something. Hopefully it's a bunch of small rocks. Hope we don't have to bypass it, as we could. Yeah, this, I need my hoe. There's another big stone right there too. It looks like it moves. Not bad. Through here it's relatively solid and flat. Just have to clear some of the decaying wood. Firewood. This is rotted. So this piece of cedar smells good. That was a good one. Whew. All right, that takes care of a lot of that. I made some nice posts, good 9-10 foot posts. I should get some good use out of those. Okay, I say another break is called for. That was a good one. Making some real progress. When we get back, I'll clear out some of this smaller stuff, and then we make a 45-degree turn that way. Start heading towards the RV site, which is just to the left of that big bunch of trees right there, over there. That was a tough one. Thanks for sticking it out, guys. Just sitting here relaxing after lunch. A tuna fish sandwich. I have a bottle of Pepsi. My neighbors seem to have lost their dogs. They're looking for them. It's my worst nightmare with my dog. Break time is over. Well, we're doing pretty good. I've got some firewood stacked up. I can move the tripod up a bit. I'll tell you what, let's change our angle altogether. Okay, right there. Now straight ahead is the RV site. That's what we're clearing. We're starting with even these guys right over here. They're gonna go. Everything in front of us in that direction. I think we're saving this tree. This tree right here. I think that's the outside of the turn. Looks like there's plenty of room. It's a nice tree. It's not threatening the RV site, so we'll leave it. I'm just gonna tidy up over here before I do anything else. Got a debris pile up here, probably when I cleared out that trail years ago. That's the way to do it. We're getting the 45 with a big chunk of rock here. Need my whopper. I gotta put a new edge on this thing.
Firewood.
Well, right in front of us is the end of the RV site. So this is the last bit that we have to get through. Probably the thickest part too. Nasty sticker bush. I don't want to kill them because the deer like them. They make their shelters in big batches of sticker bushes, so I won't kill these. They're nasty though. I'll work around it. It's on the outside of the turn. Well, that's driveway from me that way, so it lives. Got to keep the deer happy. Hell, this is their land. Just the lucky son of a bitch gets to hang out on it. That big hunk of junk. Welcome back, everybody. I got rid of the big pieces of wood, separated them. Been cleaning up these small suckers now. Okay, so this is the inside of the turn right here. We'll bring this back a little bit more. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying watching me blaze a trail through the forest for my new driveway. It's something to do on my first day back up here in camp in a while. It needs to be done. I'll be taking a break from this. I'm going to go cut the lawn for a while. That needs to be done. Hasn't been done in about 3 weeks. And then we'll get back to this driveway project. Alright? We'll be back. Thanks for pushing that button and spending some time with me. Thanks. This one's been dead for a while. Decent firewood. This one's gonna come out. Debating on this one. Probably yes. Yeah, looks like it. Probably clear out all of this underbrush. There's a nice piece of firewood right there. And this is where we come out into the trailer site. Yeah, these guys gotta go. Stay. This is the trailer site. That one's gonna go. That one's all rotted and half broken. Probably get rid of the one next to it as well. That one stays. Well, this needs to get mowed, and with the weed whacker, all this material is just going to help level everything out. The trailer is going to sit right here. This would be the back of the trailer, and we go forward about 20 feet. The door should wind up right about here, so you would step out, and this is your front yard. There comes the sun. It's a beautiful swimming hole. Maybe something floating out in the middle, a little platform. And a little dock out here with a diving board. Nice Twinkie up there. So I'd hook it up and bring it right down the road we just made. Actually, so we're still making. Okay, we've seen enough of this. Bring it back when we're weed whacking, I think. Clear up some of this underbrush. We are making great progress here on the road to the RV site. Not a bad day's work. It's coming up on 1:30. Time for a nice cold drink and sit down for a while. And we will get back to this fun right after this message. Everybody, it is 5 o'clock. It's a day. We started at 9 o'clock this morning. Started over there. That's the beginning of our new driveway, and we followed it up to here. On this side, all I had to do was hit it with the weed whacker because I had already cleared this area, so it was not a problem. From this point, you're standing at the front of the RV looking towards the back. This is the RV site. It's on a slight decline. Right? It's on a little bit of a hill going down. I should be able to level that out or prop up the back wheels. Maybe like 2 cinder blocks high. I like it to be like that. In the winter when we get full of snow and ice, it's nice to have room underneath to put things. That tends to be what I do. That little bit of trees have to come out. This is what we did today from here straight out. The portion in the middle there was kind of already clear, just needed to be cleaned up, and a couple of trees had to be cut. There is another tree that wants to be taken out. It's the one that's on the angle. I think it wants to come down. It's a nice looking log. Probably get some good use out of it. Well, that concludes a really fun day here on the camp. It's not always rest and relaxation. Sometimes it's a lot of hard work. We started at 9 o'clock this morning with our hand lopper and hand saw, a bow saw, and we cleared our way to here, to the RV site. Then I came in with the weed whacker and cleaned out as best I can. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow. I've got other things going on, but we'll come back and we'll take out the rest of those little trees. Start piling up some firewood. With autumn right around the corner, I'm going to need some fuel for warmth. I have a couple of dead ones that I've already got bucked up that are going to be great for firewood for the beginning of the season, and I'll pile up some for the late winter. It's time to go make dinner. You know, when I get in this kind of work mode, I'm not in a mood to cook. I'm not in the mood to eat. I've got a can of soup, a can of chili, and a can of beef stew, Denty's, you know. Maybe I'll just crack open one of those and heat them up on the stove. Don't get too fancy. I do have some hamburgers and a couple of sausages. They're still frozen at the bottom of my cooler, so I'll probably let them sit there for another day. I'm going to be here at the RV camp for another 2 days, and if all goes well, I'm going to go from here up to the Adirondack to go camping on my canoe for an overnighter. Just for a quickie. I haven't been up in the Adirondacks all season, so it's my favorite time to be up there. The Canoe Classic is right around the corner in September. I'm going to want to be up there for that, so I want to scope out some good locations to camp. It was a good day of work, though, and in addition to doing the clearing that we did, I mowed the property. I mowed the driveway from down the hill through the RV site and all the way around. So I did all that in addition to this clearing, so it's a full day. I'm pretty tired. I need to get out of these. I'm completely drenched. I'm going to put on my slippers and a pair of shorts. Kick back for a while. I still have some cleanup to do around the RV. I like to do that in the evenings when it's cooler, and I can get a little more casual. And I'm going to crank up the generator, charge up my batteries, and while I have that going, I have the vacuum in my shop vac. I want to set that up and vacuum the interior of the RV. Real exciting stuff. I also have the Hydra shot, but I'm not going to use that today. I want to give the Airstream a good bath. It's been on this property for about 6 or 7 years now, and it hasn't gotten a good washing other than a heavy rain. Thank you everybody for clicking that button and spending the day here with me at the RV camp. Not the most exciting day, but it's still, what goes on here when you have an off-grid camp. If you want to get this stuff cleared, you got to do it yourself. There's no paying someone to come in here and do work like this for you. It's just way too expensive. And it's kind of fun. It's a good workout. I got a lot of extra calories to burn off, so. Hi everybody. We're sitting inside the trailer right now. I'm a mess. I've got everything all over the place. We've got everything charging up, the generator's running. I'm restarting my computer so I can upload some video into my editing software and save it onto a backup drive just to get ahead of the game. I'm not going to erase SD cards or anything, but I'll have it all in my drive so I can edit whenever I want. I had to restart the computer. It was acting all herky-jerky. So this is the time to recharge batteries. I've got one battery charger on the main battery in the back. I've got one charging up a battery right here that I use to run on an inverter. It's plugged into the charger right there. I've got my computer charger right there plugged into the system on the trailer, as well as all my batteries are being charged up, and my lanterns are being charged as well. That's what I'm doing now. It's still a bit early for dinner yet. It is about 6:20. I'm not going to have a real elaborate dinner. I'm going to pop open a can of Dinty's and have some beef stew. I think is the best thing for me right now. And this is just a typical evening at the RV camp. I may or may not have a fire. Now that I've got the computer here, it's kind of like campfire now. In the evenings I'll put in, I have some DVDs that I can play on my DVD drive, or I'll probably just wind up editing what I shot today and do a rough edit anyway. Thanks everybody.